want to talk to you today a little bit about alignment. Alignment is so important. It's so valuable. We love for things to be aligned. We don't love when they're all over the place and sporadic and they don't make any sense whatsoever. In the same way, the Bible talks in multiple places and in multiple verses the value of our lives and our hearts being aligned with God's will and God's plan. Not the other way around. It's not that God's will and plan should align to us, but that we should merge and yield and be sure that our dreams and our will and what we're doing with our life aligns with His word, His plan, and His purpose, that we merge and yield to His power and His authority. I think so much of David in this moment. To be an early teenager and to be anointed the next king of Israel. And then what he does after that is absolutely amazing. He doesn't do anything. He goes back out into the fields where he continues to shepherd his father's feet, worshiping God and becoming closer and more of the man after God's own heart that we hear about all through the Old Testament. He does things that can only be done when your focus is not on yourself, but solely on God and God's will. He spent hours and years of his life, almost 30 years, waiting for the opportunity to be the king that he was destined to be. In those 30 years, imagine waiting for something for 30 years, something you know is already promised to you. He did this, and when he made this alignment, he was ready to be king. God used those 30 years to prepare him for battle, to prepare him for leadership, to prepare him for authority, to prepare him to know the voice of God. So in this season, if you're in a season of waiting, I encourage you to read the story of David. And I encourage you to take some time and align your heart, your will, your dreams, filter them through God's word and align them to God's heart and passion and dreams and desires over you. God has a great plan for your life. You are fearfully and wonderfully made with an intentional purpose.